1520 South Boulevard, Twin Lakes, Ohio. This is where I lived from March 1968 through July 1980. The house was built by Mel Somorowski, a member of the art faculty at Kent State. Graphic designer J. Charles Walker and I bought it. Um, Anytime you live somewhere for a dozen years, you know you're going to have good memories and bad. But I think with age, I tend to think more of the good ones. And certainly this was a party place. So many good times there. In fact, we had only lived there a couple of weeks when we had our very first party, which was for Eric Hawkins and his dance company. And then over the years, so many more. This is Sylvia Sidney, the Paramount princess from the 1930s. There I am with Marianne Begland and the fabulous and outspoken Miss Sidney at one of our parties. Other parties were for the open theater. I can remember Ned Rorem writing in his diary about lunch on the balcony. I can remember Richard Grossinger doing Tai Chi in the living room. Richard Howard reading one of his poems in the living room. Just many, many memories of people over the years. Paul Metcalf, Ira Joel Haber, Bill Como, John Copeland's, Lawrence Alloway, Shannon Rogers, so many people that came to the house, Lois Wilson. Just, I'm sure I've left out people. It was a party house, as I said, and people loved it. It was a beautiful place to live. And then, I can't remember exactly the time. I think it was 1973 or thereabouts in the side yard. A hole was dug, and then a pool was built. And it wasn't very long before those famous South Boulevard parties became pool parties. And how many of those there were? So many, many, many memories of splashing around with people in the pool or just having lunch by the side of the pool. And it also was a great place for therapy, water therapy, hydrotherapy. There weren't all that many pools in the Kent area, as I recall, which was another reason why people loved to come over, because you got to splash around as well. The first water, we had to bring water in to fill the pool up. And there's my mother. She was not a swimmer, but she liked that little wading pool, which Charles had designed. The one section there was slate, but you can't see it there because it hadn't been put in. And here's Dad doing some electrical work. I love this moment. Dad was always very aware of the camera, and as soon as he knew I was photographing him, he took his glasses off. Dad and I swam in the pool together. As I said, Mom was not a swimmer, so she confined herself to wading. I think it was in 19 in the spring of 1976. I think that's when it was. The actor, Kevin McCarthy, came to town to play the stage manager in our town, and he came out to the house several times. And one of the times when he came out to swim, he brought his camera and he took these pictures that I'm very fond of because I don't have all that many photographs. And here I am in the living room, and here I am swimming. Um, Very happy to have these photographs from Kevin. Here's a little snippet of Linda Like, the printmaker, who was a very good swimmer and loved to come to the pool often. And here's my best friend from high school, T.R. Queen, the artist. These are the famous photographs that Jonathan Williams took of me in the pool. Jonathan and Tom Meyer and I went skinny dipping, of course. This is a pool party for the artist Lowell Nesbitt. That's Lowell and I with David Meredith and with Bill Berger, the artist. That would have been 1976. This is skipping to 79. That's Howard Vincent and Ken Irby. And then I wrote the last of the verse journals, Swimming, in the summer of 1974. RJS published it in 1976. This is Marianne Begland, who painted over 200 paintings for the cover. And here's the last poem in the book. About to end, but unwilling to, too cold to swim. So in late summer sun, I hear the last movement of Water over Redwood Sonata, interrupted by bong of apples falling on the deck. But the end of this bad back summer of hangovers and divorce should be celebrated with joy. I strip and dive into the pool, swim past the past. I laugh as I splash in the water, the cool air slapping my face, the sun blinding all but the moment. This is the way to live.